Arizona is indigenous land. We call this Phoenix, Arizona, but really the border was drawn right by white supremacist manifest destiny. And without the innovations, right, of the indigenous people, right, building the canals, this would be an uninhabitable desert, correct? I just want to give a little bit of context about what we're here to do today. On Monday, that was the July 13th, it's the 2-year anniversary of the Black Lives Matter, creation of the Black Lives Matter hashtag, right, political project.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching some kind of farce. Welcome to Gimme 5. That was the Netroots, convention. So O'Malley's up on stage being interviewed, and they start heckling from the audience. So what do? You naturally invite the hecklers up on stage because, civility and discipline and order, they don't care. So there comes the Black Lives Matter woman to tell us that Arizona was founded by white supremacists, and if it weren't for the indigenous people, it would be a desert, blah, 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 blah. And there, O'Malley's here's more.
So we are going to hold this space. We are going to acknowledge the names of black women that have died in police custody. And then, Governor O'Malley, we do have questions for you about what is your agenda going to be to make sure that black lives do matter, and that as the leader of this nation, will you advance a racial justice agenda that will dismantle, not reform, okay, not make progress, but that will begin to dismantle structural racism in the United States?
Yes. Now remember, she's an intruder upon the stage. I mean, they asked her to come up, but she's an intruder. She wasn't part of the program. They started a ruckus in the crowd, so to shut them up or whatever, they brought her up on stage. Now she's running things, okay, scolding the governor. So then they read the names of black women who were killed in police custody or some such thing, and then there's this.
It really boils down to not what you have done, but what you will do. What will you do to stop police unions battering our names after their law enforcement kills us? I want to hear concrete actions. I want to hear an action plan. That's what we want to hear, and we want to hear it from Bernie Sanders too.
Yeah, another intruder who wasn't scheduled to be there, but they invited her up too. Hey! So get this now. You ready for this? Finally, order is restored and the interview with O'Malley continues.
I think that all of us as Americans have a responsibility to recognize the pain and the grief throughout our country from all of the lives that have been lost to violence, whether that's violence at the hands of police or whether that's violence in the hands of civilians. For many years, we have required...
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
You can't say that. They only care about blacks who have been killed by police. Civilians, blacks killed by civilians, that don't matter. And then it gets even worse. Watch.
Some of the most important things that we accomplish in life, requires persistence. We did not repeal the death penalty in Maryland the first time we tried or the second time, but we repealed it the third time we tried. Every life matters, and that is why this issue is so important. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter.
You can't say that. White lives don't matter. Don't you get it? Only black lives. So guess what O'Malley did today? He apologized for saying white lives matter, all lives matter. That's right. And Mark Lamont Hill on CNN said, yes, he was right to apologize, which I'd expect from a career, in my view, cop hater, and more, but that's beside the point. Folks, we're done. We're almost done. If we don't get a Republican in the White House, we are almost done. All lives do matter.